Yes, we can! Woo! Last time, on the Adventures of the New Dawn Pirates, the vacation crew made it to the island. What was the island's name? I'm sorry.
We actually started last session still on, Seal Island. Left it, went to Holiday.
Yeah, that's fair. We had enough there, yeah.
Then left Holiday and, went to Grasp Island.
God, yeah, I guess I did kind of, skip half the session in my head. Yeah, we were on the Seal Island. Lee finished up her business with the dojo, imparted some wisdom, and got the kids to come along. Made it to the Holiday Island, reunited, well, introduced the sisters and a nice unknown family reunion. Caught them up to speed with some shit, convinced them to come move into our island back at, Sunset Isle. Got them to come along on a vacay, at least half of them, while the others go off. Made it to Grasp Island with the funny big hand. Learned it was a pretty sad time to be on Grass Island since their fucking mayor was murdered. Ran into some people from Kodai, another fun martial artist, had a bit of a chase. Met some interesting people. Lee met the guy who had apparently killed the mayor here, Mr. Hanged Man. Had a bit of a talk with him on pirate ideals and things like that. Settled the affairs there. Made sure he wasn't going to cause problems and stuff. A lot of chatting and stuff on the island. And we ended on a nice little cutaway to, at some point, I forget specifically when, but it seems the last remaining Marine Admiral we've yet to see make his appearance on screen appearance. I mean, he's been in cutaways. Is our guy, the Black Dragon himself, Ashdard, is here, looking for him. Right? It was a him, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And we can go into the title.
Yeah! Episode 86! Enter the Black Dragon, Admiral Ashnard Cross. This guy like a big deal or something.
Alright. Now, back on Grass Island. So, as I said at the end of last session, the Marines will be arriving a few days from where we left off on the New Dawn Pirates.
Gotcha.
So before that happens, you have some time to just kind of relax on the island as you will before the unknowing happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool.
So, is there anything you'd like to establish happens you want to actively do, or anything like that?
Radical. Let me think.
Less sad song, because the sadness is over in this town.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's okay now.
I mean, the guy left, yeah. But get over it.
Yeah. Still not many people on the street.
That's fine.
You're here.
Yeah, I mean,
who cares?
it's fine. I mean, Lee basically was like, yeah, they're probably not gonna be happy that I didn't, do anything about this, but I really get it.
Who honestly was expecting you to?
That one guy, she said, I'll deal with it. And then decided this is cringe.
How's this some fucking guy? He's not even the mayor, he's just some guy.
I know, but, that's like the people. That's like, they exist in this world. Oh.
Okay.
Unlike Oda, who just doesn't care when Kid and Killer murdered people. I wouldn't feel comfortable, just letting that slide and not happen. Got a big bounty because they murdered and killed people. They're also gonna be one of our protagonists, rival ally figures. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when I described fully as just murdering
I mean,
civilians.
Luffy gets it. He's like, this is that's fine.
Yeah, and this is
Waku
where
waku.
I do a cutaway, fully just beheading a child.
Dude, Foley is nowhere near as cool enough to be kid or killer. God, get over yourself, bro. He doesn't even have a funny laugh.
That would actually be funny. Trying to just peg one of my
Peg
Supernova
Foley
to one of the others, like one of the One Piece ones. Is be like, okay, if you had to force it,
Lencia Zoroge.
That's actually a fun thing we could probably do. That's obviously Alencia.
Yeah, like that. That's what I just said.
Oh, I didn't.
I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna. Jackson is Bonnie because they're irrelevant. Owned.
Face?
Yeah, I am.
Rita's
Rita's Basil Hawkins because they both lose all the time in job.
Let's save this for later.
Oh, not as fun anymore. Well, what? Fuck that. I don't want to hear it.
Alright, Lee can come in. And Lee, you could just be walking throughout the town. Maybe you were walking with some people. Just kind of wasting away the days until you can leave, basically.
It's vacation. It's relaxing.
What is Lee doing on vacation as she's walking around town?
Well, after making sure the kids are, doing their training and stuff, she's probably been enjoying the sights of the place to the best of her ability. And when she realized that not too many friendly fucking people, it's not an exciting place, she probably would have been, hanging out with Aurora and marrying, like, Colette and stuff, Yang. Some of the people who have come along the trip, just trying to relax and have fun. She's been dealing with probably... Fuck, what's... Asians. Probably trying to deal with Tristan and observing him, seeing what she can glean from his style that's not, the perilous training method style of things she can take from it. But considering he's a loser who doesn't like martial arts, he's probably not doing enough for anything helpful.
Kind of simping at the moment, just
exactly.
around, so.
Exactly. So when she's doing that, it's combined with hanging out with Jean and trying to use her to bait it out of him.
Hard to gather anything without active stimuli.
Yeah, exactly.
But you can find some of the Kodai inhabitants of the Crane group. It looks like they've gotten most of their affairs sorted out, and they're just kind of having a little meeting. There's some other numerous thugs about, but the main ones of interest are Asami, Rinko, and Samurai A and B.
Yeah, those guys, the polite boy. Yeah, I remember. Lee had already asked if they wanted to come along with them during the vacation, right? I think so. I believe I had. I'm confident I have, where Lee was like, well, I don't want to just, send you there, so, well, they set things up. You can come along with us and get more familiarized before we go back. Because I remember explaining, yeah, of course Lee would be I'm not just going to send you guys back there if not know yet. Because she said, yeah, you want to check out the world a bit more, Asami? That was it. I had this conversation.
Right.
I'm confident.
Alright.
Gaslit him. Oh shit, was my mic unmuted? Oh no! Yeah, so they're just hanging out. Lee will just, kind of casually walk her way up. Yo! Afternoon.
You'll see the samurai about face and just kind of give you a slight bow as Ringo will take out his katana and just kind of hold it a bit in front of him. Hello, Miss Dragon.
Lee kind of grimaces a bit at this reaction. Let's not do that sort of thing. You guys can relax.
Ringo will just put his katana back at his side and smile a bit as both the samurai will exaggeratedly just like kind of rub their foreheads a bit as they look relieved.
Oh man, it's that kind of reaction I get back at Kodai, is it?
Probably.
I'm gonna have to be a bit inconspicuous there. I don't want to have to deal with that the whole time.
As Ringo will pause for a second. That might be kind of tough.
Huh? How hard could it be?
You don't exactly strike me as someone that's good at not standing out, right?
Well, all I gotta do is not, like, mention that I'm, like, related to Mom, right? How hard could that be?
I think that will get around.
Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Asami will kind of look towards Lee. That probably won't stay hidden for very long.
Lee just kind of grins a little bit. She moves to go sit down on the bench. Well, that'll be a pain then.
Trust me, things get around Kodai extremely quickly.
Huh. Yeah, for how isolationist things were there, I figured you guys, like, I don't know, kind of filtered out outside news, that sort of thing.
It's not exactly outside news, would it be?
I guess it's a weird middle zone, huh?
All I'm saying is, the second you step foot in Kodai and do anything, I'm assuming it will spread pretty quickly.
Lee thinks on this for a second as a few flat dots above her head, and she kind of realizes something and goes, oh, does that mean, like, Micaiah made a mess there or something? I mean, she's, like, way more inconspicuous than I am.
Oh. That does make sense. Right, you probably do know Micaiah, don't you?
Well, yeah, we were kind of friends before I even realized we were, like, related or whatever.
Asami will kind of...
Lee grimaces, remembering that fact.
Asami will kind of think and then look towards Lee. Yes, she didn't take any kind of inconspicuous route from what I've heard going through Kodai. She would just travel around the land, enjoying herself, eating what she wished, and fighting whoever she came across.
Yeah, that sounds like that idiot.
Though, I heard they didn't stay in Kodai for very long.
Why not? I kind of figured she'd want to check the place out more.
Ringo will kind of shrug. Never get the chance to talk to any of them, so it's hard to say. All I know is that they kind of came in like a, large storm, blew some things up, and ended up bouncing pretty quick.
Yeah, she's never been too good at the whole logistics side of things. Maybe they made a mess somewhere they shouldn't have and got chased out or something.
As Asami's thinking. Don't know about that, but... Ringo, maybe we could look into that more. It would be interesting. Right. I'll send word back.
Oh, thanks. Like, I look a little surprised at how serious they took her just asking about that and scratches the back of her head. Man, you got an efficient system for this kind of thing, huh?
Having a good pipeline into what's happening is very important back home.
Yeah, I guess that's why you're like a big cheese over there and everything. Shouldn't underestimate that sort of thing.
I'm certainly not as big as I'd like to be yet.
Ah, ambitious, huh? Leela elbows her. That fits. What? You want to, like... Well, what would it be? Like, your end goal or whatever? What you're working towards?
You're just gonna put a hand on her face of it as she's thinking? Well, the Miss here wants to obviously take up the mantle of her father when she passes it to her as the only only child of the current group.
Mm-hmm.
But, well, I assume it's expansion, right, miss?
Yeah, I mean, inheriting something wouldn't be much of a dream. That's gonna happen no matter what, right?
Well, of course. My goal is the goal of anyone of my position. I want to make the current group bigger and better than anyone before myself. My father established ties with the Mink tribe in Kodai, and others that we weren't as strongly related to. I plan to expand outside of Kodai and open up brand new markets for us.
Hmm.
Go somewhere that no one in my position has.
Hmm. Right, right. You're dreaming of a more free trade from Kodai and stuff like that, then.
It's something that has never been successfully done in the kingdom's history.
Hmm.
Opening us up to, well, the outside world. It's always been limited. Or, well, ever since the great darkness in the kingdom is lifted, we've still remained recluse.
I'm kind of
Hmm.
choose a little
Well,
bit
it's
on that.
better now than it used to be. They used to not even allow people in and out of the kingdom.
Ugh.
But it's been over 100 years since that time.
Hmm. Why'd you guys get so, like, closed up after all that? I mean, it's not like that stuff came from the outside world, right? Snake thing or
Hmm.
whatever.
Hmm. That's what I was kind of thinking. Might be a kind of tall ask for me. I never really spent much time in political aspects of Kodai. You know, small village and all that.
Heh. Yeah.
Misty, you know? I would say it probably mostly has to do with the pride of the people of Kodai. We value the people, highly value names and honor, and probably view the outside world with a bit of, well, loathing for not knowing our traditions and our history. People from outside the kingdom, I would assume a lot of the older generations, going back a long ways, would view them with a bit of belittlement in their lack of, well, the same type of tradition.
That's pretty dumb. Sounds like they're just scared of realizing they're not the top dogs around the place.
I guess that is one way to put it. If you
Yeah,
don't
I
really
mean,
put
seriously.
yourself to the test, it's hard to know, right?
Yeah, I don't know. There's just no point in staying ignorant of that sort of thing. Kind of reminds me of the kids we just picked up. Yeah, I couldn't really blame them for not realizing how wide the world is, but still. Someone like that is a good reason for not really leaving the place they're in, but then the next generation kind of gets the wrong reason for it. Then you just get a bad habit.
Mm-mm. You are right. Leaving yourself completely isolated only leads to stagnation. There's
Right?
only such a limited view you can get on things from staying in your own bubble. Yep, big fish and small ponds and all that.
Besides, something real nasty happened down the line. Without any friends or people you know, you wouldn't have anyone to ask for help.
Hmm.
At least
There
start.
have been dragons in the past that have looked to the outside world for support in their ideals, trying to forcefully open up the kingdom. Though that's never ended quite well for them.
Well, who's the
Yeah.
reason that that stuff all didn't go through? All the other ones? That Shogun or
Hmm.
whatever?
A mix. This Ringo will just kind of look at you. Usually, well, it depends on the era, but there'll usually be enough forces that will be hesitant over following such radical ideals.
Hmm.
And sometimes the dragon in question might not be doing it for exactly auspicious purposes, you know?
Huh.
Maybe they're just going for a power grab and looking to bring in outside forces since they can't find enough support in their own home.
Uh,
You know, something like inviting in the Marines when you can't exactly win over the people of your own kingdom.
like rules are. Uh, hmm.
So, wouldn't be so hard to see why people might want to team up to stop someone from doing something like that.
Well, sounds like you're gonna have a pretty tough sell with this sort of thing, Asami. We're gonna have to work extra hard for that.
Hmm. It will be interesting, but thankfully the current stock, I think, will be a lot more alright with it.
Huh?
At
Well,
least in the manner I'm going about it.
Oh, you got a clever plan for this sort of thing?
Yes, unlike, well, the strong-headed buffoons of the past, I'm not going to be doing this without a proper plan. I plan to slowly bring in goods from the outside world in higher and higher quantities over time, slowly exposing the people of Kodai in select areas to different cultures and different goods. Ringo will kind of look at Lee. Think of it like when you get a shot, you know? You're building up immunity to things.
Sure, sure. Make him get used to it or whatever first. That makes sense.
It's easier to make people buy in once they're already somewhat familiar. You don't want to approach a change in too drastic a manner, or people are. They might just pull away. Especially if their ignorance is deep.
Yeah, sounds like it's pretty darn deep there, huh?
Hmm. I
No, don't
mean,
let it discourage you.
of course not. I should
Yeah.
just give a slight confident smile. I myself don't even know much of the outside world, so I'm taking the first step right now by exploring it.
Ain't that the fun part? Hmm. I mean, a dream's a dream, so as long as you got the motivation, it'll keep going.
It is fun
Hmm.
seeing such small progress get made,
You'll get
seeing the problems of the outside world and equating them to those within my own bubble.
a little nod and
The
give her
peop-
a little carefree smile. Uh, yeah, I mean, as long as you start to make progress one place and another, it'll start to pile up a lot faster than you realize, after all. Especially if you're getting a taste of everything. I mean, that means you'll be the best person to be able to translate it for, right?
Hmm. That is the plan. It's, I think, the most solid way to go about this without causing too many issues that would only muddy the water. It's important to pick exactly what I'm doing carefully. I wouldn't want to go and distract from what I'm doing. And I don't want to go and cause too much of a fuss, so it'll only kind of get in the way of the whole business side of things, you know?
Hmm? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, we're merchants, you know, first and foremost. So if we introduce too many new goods or radical ideals, could get the people spooked on the whole idea. I mean, I've been reading about some about sorry, I've been reading some on what goes on outside, you know, our own kingdom. Most of the village folk back there would have no idea on, well, the Marines beyond just a name, the scope of things, how pirates operate out here. I mean, if someone just ran into a village and said pirates are the bandits we have back home, well, it causes a bit of prejudice, you know?
Well, yeah, but, well, you're really just doing this for money. That's one thing, but he kind of looks over at Asami. I mean, you want to see everything in the new world, right? It sounds like what you want to bring back to them. That sort of wonder and stuff. That's not just being a merchant, is it?
No, but that is the filter I'm putting it through. If that makes sense.
Hmm.
Exposing everyone to these ideas without a proper context and filter, something familiar that I can help see it through. It would only cause it to jumble up. If I just came back and told everyone of everything I'm seeing, well, I think a lot of people would be overwhelmed.
I guess I get where you're coming from. I just hate having to always think about doing things all schemy like. You know, if the system's already such a problem for something that seems like such a good idea, the way I'd go about something like that is dealing with the system first. And I guess that's why I'm a pirate, first and foremost.
Well, that is a simpler way to do it.
Yeah, wouldn't everything go a lot better if we destroyed, like, how all the institutions that kept this shit going that way? You know, like, really fuck them up a little bit. Make them realize without expanding their horizons, they're gonna fall behind the rest of us, Lee says, smirking.
Ringo will kind of smile a bit. Well, it'd definitely be easier, I think.
Yeah!
At least in the short term. Asami will think. I don't agree. Well, Ringo's right, and that would certainly be easier just to kick down the door and attempt to overpower things. Break the ideals of the kingdom. That would only end in disaster. The traditions of Kodai, what it means to be a true person of Kodai, they're deeply rooted in the hearts of the people. And there'd be a violent outcome in trying to break those down. At least so suddenly.
Maybe. I don't know.
Besides, I mean, hasn't really been tested, right? Maybe our ideals are what makes us the best.
Maybe. And what would be wrong with trying to test them a little? You know, maybe kick a few guys off their high horses at least. I'm not saying we gotta tell them they've been doing things wrong the whole way, but... Well... I don't know. I just hear
something different from breaking down the system, right?
Maybe. More like, breaking the parts you don't like. I mean, just do it simply, right?
You make it sound so easy.
Well, I wouldn't say it's easy. It's easy to imagine how to do it. It's gonna take a lot of determination, and a hell of a lot of, well, grit to actually be able to do it. But everything's pretty simple if you just realize all you have to do is set your mind to it. It's about dedication at that point, and your own abilities. I wouldn't say something like this lightly, don't get the wrong idea. I mean it.
So, Asami's just gonna look at you and smile a bit. It'd be kind of like testing your own strength in a way, correct?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. See, you get it? She smiles at her. My half-sister might be kind of an idiot, but I guess she just does it a bit more of an unrefined way. She probably caused problems with a lot of people she didn't need to, but... well, I can't say I disagree with causing a bit of a mess, after all. Anyone who does something you don't like, you're not supposed to just let them get away with it. That's what being a pirate's about.
See, that's something we can agree on. That's basically the mantra that a lot of strong people in Kodai live by. And that's why they forsake the blood of Kodai and just focus on the scales, you know?
Hmm. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. This makes
They
me wish.
just they just walk around the kingdom polishing themselves up as best they could. Well, I say they, but until a year ago I was doing the exact same thing myself, yeah?
Hmm. Hey, but you got the right idea. Getting a way to see outside the kingdom, right?
Mm.
Skills and everything are nice, beautiful even, but it's nice to be able to do something with. Sounds like you found it.
Oh, I'd say I'm still looking for it. Trying to find a, well, I guess I'm trying to find new experiences out here. And I'd say I'm on the right track now.
Man, good thing you signed up with us, Asami. This guy sounds like he might be able to find something more exciting out there if you don't try hard.
Hmm. Asami will kind of pause for a moment. I'm certain that I'll be able to give Ringo enough excitement on our journey to guarantee his services. I won't worry too much about that, miss. I'm not the type that would break a promise once I make it. I'm already well aware. As, appearing next to you will be Kasumi.
Yo, Kasumi, what's up?
Just kind of whisper in your ear a bit. Miss, did you understand what he said?
Huh? Half and half.
Mm.
What? Lee kind of squints at her, giving her a look.
What? I don't mean to be rude, but you sometimes don't understand the sayings of, well, the places you've grown up in.
Bro, I'm just joking around, jeez.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we say something that was confusing?
No, I don't think it was. Sumi's just a stickler for these sorts of things. As bad as Nyla sometimes.
She'll kind of sigh a bit. Oh. Lee, as Asami will kind of look at you.
Hmm?
I think I understand what she might be hinting at. So, weirdly coyly.
Huh? Tilts her head.
There's a strong saying in Kodai, a belief on a dual importance in, well, the strong in our society. You know how people like yourselves are labeled as dragons?
Yeah?
Well, it's said that a dragon needs both its scales to intimidate and show its power, but also its blood to course through its veins and give it the ability to move.
He
And
nods a little bit.
the scales represent the physical strength, the ability to just defeat an opponent, an army. Something that I believe you've honed your entire life.
I don't want to brag, Lisa, scratching back her head, doing that, like, blushy, embarrassed face.
But the blood of the dragon is supposed to represent knowledge and the politics of the kingdom. The ability to show strength through words.
Yeah, we just call that, like, brain and brawn out here.
That's simple.
Yeah. I like how yours sounds. It's cool. It's like poetry.
A lot of wandering warriors only, well, it's said that they have beautiful scales, which is a way of saying they don't interact at all with the more political side of things.
Yeah, I get it. They're not all, like, dirty or bloody or whatever. They shine their scales first. What do you say about, like, a politician, though? They got, like, nice blood?
They're a scaleless dragon.
Got it! That makes sense. Much better.
Yeah.
I can see why you guys have these sayings, and they stick around. They sound really smart.
We actually have one of those in Kodai. The Dragon of the Seventh Row, RWBY.
Huh?
He's said to be a
Mr.
scaleless
Flu?
dragon. Oh. You know him? As Asami kind of looks at you.
Yeah, him and his little twerp retainer. Man, I would have given her a heart attack if she knew she was trying to kill a dragon or something. She seemed real committed to that act.
I wouldn't expect your position to really scare that kid very much. Doesn't really have a lot of respect for anything beyond Lord Ryuji.
That's pretty cool. Lee nods.
Lord Ryuji certainly has earned his title of a scaleless dragon.
Yeah, he didn't seem strong at all. But he did kind of have something about him. I didn't really get it, though.
He doesn't have physical strength, but he has certainly earned his title of dragon. The blood coursing through his veins is stronger than probably most others in Godai.
Huh.
He has a impressive ability to read others and make the best of his own talents.
So he's got kind of a reputation for this sort of stuff?
Mm.
What, he's like a bigwig?
As Ringo kind of pauses for a second, how do I put this in a way that doesn't sound so confusing? He's a revolutionary. I guess is a good way to put it. He's a lot more in your camp of hating the system.
That makes more
and
sense.
Wanting to break it down with a bit more force than I think most others.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
I think
Kinda thought he sounded a lot more odd than the rest of you guys did. And I mean, Gino didn't seem too fond of him, so... Yeah, that makes sense.
Lord Ryuji has an impeccable ability to make friends and at least not give his enemies a just cause. He knows how to build alliances while also retaining a hostile but not deadly acquaintance with others that he doesn't deem himself fit to ally with.
So he's like a revolutionary, but he's not like a criminal yet or something? How's he managing that? I mean...
We'll pause for a second. It's confusing because I think a lot of politics don't translate well outside the kingdom.
What's this?
He doesn't get along with a lot of people because he believes that all the directions that people are taking for the kingdom aren't exactly good enough. He believes that we should open ourselves up and not, well, stay so isolated or follow so many of the more questionable, in his words, traditions we have.
You know, for a guy who sounds like he kind of agrees with, you know, your mission, Asami, she says, kind of nodding towards her. Sounds like, she says, like, back to Ringo, you don't want to, like, say something too nice about him? What, do you guys not get along or something?
I have only had limited meetings with Lord Ryuji. He is a enigma in some of the spheres that I operate in.
Oh, I get it. The Iconoclast is too much of like a wild card to throw in your weight with him. Yeah?
Yes, Can you explain what you just said?
Oh, well, I mean, if a guy's doing a bunch of crazy stuff and he's trying to do something, even if you agree with it, you don't want to just go along with him because, you know, he might do something a little too extreme. You're on like a business, right?
Yes, I don't want to needlessly... I don't want to haphazardly ally with someone that I can't even accurately read the ideals of.
Sure, yeah, that makes sense.
I can agree with some of the way things Lord Ryuji says, but I can't grasp the exact depth of his machinations.
Yeah, I get it, exactly. He's like a foggy guy. That's why he rubbed me a weird way the last time. Wasn't bad necessarily. I just didn't know enough about Kodai to realize why he seems so weird.
You know the people I was talking about before, the dragons of old that might have been teamed up on?
Yeah.
Think of him as potentially one of them. Now, it's a real early stage, you know? It's hard to say whatever he's doing. He kind of keeps his cards close to the chest. But, well, you don't want to tie your ship to someone like that too early on without actually knowing what they're about.
Right.
They could easily guide you into a storm.
You hear that, Kasumi? We gotta find this guy.
Lord Ryuji?
Yeah, duh! We've heard
Why?
everyone talk about... I mean, I've heard from the princess himself. Or, I've heard from the princess herself about Kodai. I want to hear from the guy who's the opposite end of this sort of place.
Hmm.
I don't have a big enough idea on my own homeland. I want to know from everyone, you know?
As Asami will kind of look towards Lee a bit surprised. You've met Princess Izanami?
Oh, yeah. We're friends. Met her back at Marriage Gym.
They'll both pause for a second, but the samurai will look surprised as they give a surprised face under their helmets.
Yeah, shocks. She was there with Shino for the tournament or whatever and some other sort of stuff. But we got along real well. I wonder if she had an inkling about who I was back then or something, or if she really is just that nice. Who knows? But she seemed pretty dead set on us being friends. And I wasn't gonna say no. But that doesn't mean...
Princess Izanami is a refreshing force in Kodai. Think of her like a... like a spirit. She's not someone that I think anyone would directly disagree with.
Ah, like an angel. I got it.
Her heart's pure, in a sense.
Yeah, I got that vibe from her. She'd fit in with all the little... Sorry. She'd fit in with all the Tontadas back in Mary Drum in that sort of way. Makes me wonder what her whole deal for Dad is. He sounds like kind of an asshole. They see each other like once a year. Is that weird?
What's a Tontada?
You're missing out, Asami. I can't wait to introduce you to Carrie once we find her. They're gnomes, or dwarves, technically. They're like this tall. They got big noses. They're awesome. Best metalworkers I've ever seen, too.
Izanami will think for a second.
They're fairies.
Oh. As Kasumi will look over. Yes, you are thinking of the same thing. Oh, I think we have folk tales of things like that. But
oh, that's perfect! Good! I can't wait to tell Carrie that! That helps a lot, Asami. You know, Carrie's the princess of the Tontadas and a crewmate of ours. She's planning on setting up an operation in Kodai at one point with some immigrants and stuff, so... You guys have folktales and stuff. That'll be really good for her to, you know, maneuver a spot in.
Yeah, if you want to shake up the kingdom, I think bringing some kid stories to life might do that.
Yeah, and don't worry, they don't take up a lot of space. Like, literally. You could probably give them, like, a mountain and they'd be good. Like, even, like, a foot hill.
Wonder who's gonna have the rights to look after that.
Wait, I guess I could help with that, technically.
Yes, I believe the most fitting place would be the 4th District.
Perfect!
Well, if you bring them there, probably. Like, we really have a reason to fight for that.
He's nods, smiling. Oh man, they love commerce. They'll get along great with you guys.
Huh. As he'll kind of look towards Asami, and she'll pause for a moment, still thinking on just the fairy tales he's heard as a child being true and also merchants?
Also, I'm sorry, I forget, which row is Lee and her mom are
fourth.
third? No, it's third,
Fourth.
isn't it?
No, it's fourth.
It's third on like Grace's sheet and stuff.
What?
Yeah. Third row. Sorry, I meant to bring this up last time because he said fourth and I was a little confused and I assumed I had it wrong. I was just double checking this
Hold
time.
on, let me check my fucking document.
That's fine. No sweat. If it's fourth now, I don't care. Fine. I just want to double check that I don't misunderstand it.
Oh, no, it is third.
Don't worry, it's funnier this way because that means she has 3 daughters. Comes together. I think Sheena fourth row, or was she fifth?
No, it goes Izanagi,
Yuna, second.
Yoko,
Yoko.
Grace, Kaori, Amida, Shino, and then Ray.
Got it. Cool.
So Shino's the sixth.
Sheena's sixth. Gotcha.
Okay,
Tata's
getting back
in third row. Yeah. Yeah, they'll really bring that place to life even more so. It sounds like it'd be pretty hard, but until you met a Tontada, you won't understand what I mean by that.
Well.
But yeah, that's what I mean. We gotta find the Ryuji guy at some point, Kasumi, so, how we do that? He was just sailing around before. Think he's still out somewhere? Or has he gone back home? You guys hear anything about him?
I believe Lord Ryuji has recently come back to the kingdom.
Darn. Maybe we just have to go there.
But if you're looking for differences... Asami will stop for a second. It's good that I've met you. It means that I can make contact with these fairies before anyone else did. This will be a good way to open up relations and, well, they'll prove suitable mascots to help my cause.
You'll blink, imagining them as mascots as Carrie's plastered on a poster for something. And she'll start giggling to herself, doubling over for a second, go, oh yeah, that'll actually be perfect. I don't think there's anything more marketable than a Tontada. Yeah.
Oh yeah, real easy way to break the ice if you just show people, things they've been endeared to since being a kid.
Oh, Carrie's gonna be so excited for this. This is just what she needed.
Are they cute?
Oh, Asami, you don't understand how cute they are. Lisa's like putting an arm around her, doing like the long sweeping arms thing. Cutest things I've ever seen. Wait till you hear one talk. My impression doesn't even do them justice. They vomit sparkles. And powder. They have 4 stomachs. I know that's not cute, but it's really funny. They eat a lot.
So much I have to learn.
Oh yeah. World's a big place out there.
As I was saying, Lord Ryuji wouldn't be the opposite to someone like to Princess Izanami. She's kind of different from all of this. The kind of person that I think, no matter what side you fall on, you can kind of look at her and not want to make enemies with her?
Yeah, I guess so. I just figured if there's a troublemaker, he'd be on the opposite end of, Miss Princess.
Ah, I think a lot of his ire might be directed more at the Shogun and
Yeah, that guy sounds like a dickhead.
And Lord Shinichi.
I didn't think he seemed that bad or anything, but I'd like to ask him a few more questions now they actually know what Kodai's like.
Asami will kind of look at Lee. Lord Shinichi is one of the most upstanding and strong people in all of Kodai.
Yeah, that's the impression I got.
An extremely honorable man that I believe looks out for the best interests of all he is supposed to.
Supposed to, well, yeah, I guess if a guy's trying to change how the system works, a guy like that seemed obligated to oppose him, right?
He's... how do I put this without sounding so... Well, you don't seem to like honorifics, right?
Yeah, just put it flatly, Ringo.
Izanagi is the Shogun's right hand, in a way.
Oh.
Whatever benefits the current Kodai and the Shogun, you can bet Izanagi will fall in line.
I get it, he's like a Kodai Marine. That makes sense. He bumps her paw or fist into her palm as this is starting to click for her.
Kasumi will look at Lee a bit incredulously.
Lee'll just sigh and glance at her with a loathsome glance. Look, I'm just trying to put it in simple terms, alright? I know there's more nuance here. Forgive me if I don't understand your guys' culture. Our culture right off the bat.
No, it's fine, mistress.
No. Say what you really want to say, Kasumi. I'm here.
I believe drawing such comparisons so early on in your mind might color your interpretations too soon.
Yeah, I know.
It's just, I think it'd ruin the mystery for you to, have these ideas before you've even walked on the kingdom.
Yeah, I know, but I can't help it. I keep meeting everyone from there first.
If you've met Princess Izanami, I do not think you'll remain a secret for very long.
Well, she didn't know I was related to my mom back then, but, you might be right.
Listen, if we know now, I assume it won't stay secret for very long.
Huh. Oh, man. Hope Jackie can cruise a little more tighter then. That'll cause her some problems.
Mistress, I have to inform you, as Kasumi looks a bit more nervous.
What?
Did you intend to keep this a secret?
I didn't really intend to. But I didn't know it'd be like...
The mistress, she has a habit of bragging.
Oh, cool. Mom's bragging about me?
Yes.
That's awesome! Lee smiles, blushing a little bit. That feels nice.
I highly doubt, before you step foot on Kodai, most of the prominent figures will already be well aware of you.
That's fine.
And done their homework.
Well, if at least it's Mom. Done their homework, huh?
Asami looks at you. Well, if you've already met a few of the most prominent people in Kodai, I doubt it will be much of a hindrance towards you.
Yeah.
I would, it's up to you. Just walking around the streets of Kodai whenever you're going anywhere, it's up to you. Wear a hood if you don't want to get in a fight, and just walk around brazenly if you do.
I'm always looking for a fight, Ringo.
Then I think you'll enjoy yourself because let me tell you, your title is only gonna, well, egg some people on. They
Wonderful.
actual dragons, people like, well, Mrs. Grace and, well, Lord Izanagi, they're a bit hard to come into contact with so easily. But if you just walk around an old country road by yourself, you're gonna have a mountain of challengers coming at you.
Man, you guys are real shit kickers, huh? Sounds perfect.
There's a whole, well, cast of people that likes to roam around and cause trouble like that.
Sounds like my kind of crowd.
Well, I can assure you, it won't be hard to find them.
I can't wait. Well, I'll try not to cause any trouble for you guys by being associated with you for now.
Oh, trust me, you won't.
Oh, cool. I won't worry as much then.
I think the impression I've got is that you don't have any. You're not looking to change things in the same way Lord Ryuji is. You're just looking to, well, do what you feel like doing, if I am putting that right.
Damn straight you're putting it right. I'm not exactly shy about that, but I'm glad you picked up on it this quick.
And I'm not worried about that.
Aw, thanks, Asami. Glad to know you've been studying me.
It's following one's heart in that kind of manner. It's not nearly as worrisome as someone coldly calculating their 15th step forward, their final move on the shogi board in a way.
Yeah, I guess I get what you mean. He nods.
It's easier to kind of grasp someone that's just, looking directly ahead of them and not all the way into the distance.
So which one are you, Asami? Shogi board or heart?
I'd like to think of someone that can truly do it all. I can calculate what's best for the future while still following what I currently wish to do.
Both know that's a hell of an answer. You're really something, huh?
Yes. Thank you. I think it's admirable. In Kodai, there's only a few people I could say would truly hold the same refreshing ideals you do of without care, just following your own desire.
Aw, Chuck, you're gonna make me blush.
Yeah, usually people like that are classified as being kind of stupid, you know?
Yeah, people call me stupid all the time. But I've met some pretty great people who are pretty dumb. There's something to it. Besides, I think it's just that they just don't get it.
I don't think you're stupid.
Aw, thanks.
It's a feeling you give off when you speak. It sounds like you're how do I put this? You're sure of yourself. You don't contain doubt or quiver in your words.
We'll smile softly a little bit at this weirdly genuine comment.
That's not something that goes without being impressive.
You're really gonna make me blush. Thanks.
As I say, a dog can bark real loud, but it can't really... Shit, how do I say this properly? A loud dog can always follow up with a good bite.
Yeah, we say that one too.
Kasumi will kind of raise an eyebrow at you.
A different way. I'm just being polite. He whispers to her accusatorily.
But trust me, you'll get a kick about roaming around Konai. And I did it most of my life and still haven't seen enough of it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And besides, if you're just looking for, well, just a pure test of your metal, I think there's more than enough tough customers out there.
Oh yeah, certainly. Well, I've been dealing with a lot of pretty crazy stuff on the seas, so I'm sure it'll be nice and refreshing and all, but I'm curious to see how it stacks up.
Well, I guess we are too, as he kind of looks off towards the ocean.
Oh, well, if you're coming along with us, I'm sure we'll be giving you a good taste after all.
Is that set in stone, miss? Yes. I shall kind of nod at Ringo.
Awesome! Great!
I think it'd be for the best for us strategically.
Now, you caught us at the perfect time since I'm on vacation, so we're gonna be having, like, extra fun, Asami.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm not familiar with what any of the customs are like out here.
Hey, just
Much
stick
less
with
how you're supposed to have fun.
Hey, just stick with me and it'll happen naturally, okay?
Yes, that's something I can agree with. That's Kasumi will kind of look over.
Thank you, Kasumi.
As you can see, the boys down there have been hyped that they get to go have fun.
Hell yeah. Throw up a fist with them. I think that's a good place to kind of end up this talk.
Alright.
Else?
No, if you're done, I'm done.
Cool. Let's go see what Rora's been up to. Yeah, how she's doing. How she's.
Alright. So you and Kasumi are looking for Aurora.
Perfect. Straying around town looking casual. In the back of her head being. I haven't seen her in a couple hours. I hope she's okay. That weird innate motherly instinct that's blossoming in her.
Let's see. You will find a group of your people hanging around in like one of the bigger courtyards in the middle of town.
Ah, my people.
Oh, one moment.
Beautiful vocal rendering track. Sometimes I sit up at night staring at the ceiling listening to this, thinking about, what's gone wrong with life. Nothing. It's beautiful.
Sorry, my coworker just texted me asking me a question.
It's awesome.
And I read that and was like, oh fuck, okay, I need to tell them what this is. It's,
What do I
big
do when
id-
an old lady falls down and screams?
Well, it's like, what do I do? I don't have one of like the fucking
Uh.
sheets we use to do everything. I'm just like, okay, I know the answer, and I could probably tell her right
Nice.
away. All right. Yes. You'll come upon a group of your companions.
It's awesome. It's perfect. A perfect half circle for our entrance. Badass. What are they up to? Just chatting? Sorry, you were talking.
Yeah, it seems like there isn't that much to see on the island, so people mostly been coming and going around. But right now, there's like a couple benches around. Force is right now sitting down. What?
What the fuck? You don't have your big hand hats on? I have mine.
Welcome to Glove World.
Yeah, literally. That's a big glove hand.
As Force is like sitting down next to Aurora as she's eating something, just kind of chatting with her and Blair. As Adam's off to the side, kind of looking over at Lewin, getting ready to try and ask one question. As Lulu was making fun of Ryzen because he's weird.
Because he's what? Just weird?
Yeah, because he's weird.
Damn, Lulu. Get some new material. Fuck. Alright. Oh. The funniest thing to do is to see Adam go up to him and just kind of push him on the back closer towards Lewin and go, come on. Say it.
He's gonna walk up to Lewin and kind of look at him. Something you need, good? I wanted to know some tips on martial arts. Lewin's just gonna like raise an eyebrow, being like and thinking to himself, that's not very specific. Yeah. Honestly, why not? I can show you a thing or two, kid. Oh, really? Yeah, I got plenty of experience to show, and hey, probably the best person to ever meet it. Learning new things from.
He kind of hums a little bit and goes, yeah, objectively, probably. He's got the biggest gallery of them all. Yeah. Don't be shy about asking, Adam, alright?
Yeah, no reason to back down too much, kid. And hey, if they'll put like a hand on his shoulder, unlike some people you'll meet, I'll actually be able to explain things properly.
He snorts. Yeah, sure. Master Teacher Lewin over here can tell you everything you need to know. Just don't get an attitude like him, alright?
Lee, you're gonna feel something very, very bad.
Okay.
And you're going to feel a very, strong presence on one side of the island.
Oh, that's good. I thought I was gonna shit my pants when you said something bad.
As Ryzen and Forrest will kind of just both turn their heads at the same time. As you already see that Lewin's noticed, but it will feel like a domineering presence just arrived on the island.
Yeah, we'll sniff it there. Oh
shit. As you'll hear Lewin under his breath say something.
What, you familiar with it?
As you see him pause for a moment, it's it looks like he's trying to think as fast as he can. Alright, Lee.
What?
As he kind of looks at you a lot more seriously and puts a hand on Lulu. Lulu and I are gonna get out of here. We can't be seen. I'll go find Mary too. Just if something bad happens, I'll step in. Just try to not get killed, alright? As Lewin is going to, before Lulu can even say anything, as she was mid-bite, just disappear into a portal under them.
He scratches the back of her head. That sounds like marine business then, right?
As Forrest will kind of stand up a bit and kind of get in front of Aurora. Yeah.
Sorry, Adam. You'll have to ask later as she picks him up and tosses him towards Forrest to put next to Aurora. Kasumi, can you take care of them?
Yeah. She'll back up a bit as seemingly extremely quickly, some Marines will start to file in to the plaza, and seemingly they're running around town and a great speed, and you saw some of them like look at you, but it seems like they're not immediately attacking you and just trying to get into specific positions.
They're trying to block off the place? Oh, it did feel like they landed in the same port we're parked at.
Yes.
Okay. Wouldn't be for us, right? I mean, our ship's already over by them.
As you see, you see a lot of the ones filing in, like directly look at you, like they noticed you, and they're trying to circle you a bit, but it doesn't seem like they're getting ready to engage. If anything, it seems like these more like grunt type Marines strike you as like a bit more hardened than some of the ones you're seeing. It looks like they're not immediately intimidated by you, even if they're not strong enough to directly challenge.
Lumen and Lulu are gone by.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hey, Kasumi, before they finish their like circle or whatever, mind?
Yeah.
Kids.
She'll.
And Blair, you can skip out if you want to also, but if you don't, I mean, no sweat. This would be your first introduction to being a pirate.
Blair will kind of look around. No, I don't think I'll step back.
Cool! They'll smack her on the back confidently.
As Kasumi starts to step back, she'll kind of like wobble a bit as a strong amount of Conqueror's Hockey will flare.
Ooh.
As stepping forward from like the Marines, Lee, your senses will flare as you will notice this extremely towering and powerful individual even before he comes into view.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. At least gets goosebumps and grins a little subconsciously.
You'll see entering as the Marines make way.
Enter.
Admiral Ashnar Cross.
Fuck off. Liam, when he says, I know how to firebomb my own session.
I can't fucking resist.
Oh, I can't wait to ruin the next car scene with that. As you see, Officer Brandy.
I'm sorry, I just thought it was so fucking funny.
Better firebomb my Admiral intro. We have fun here.
Yeah, okay, enough joking around.
Yeah.
As you will see him start to walk up, Minerva at his side, kind of looking very, just official and, like, very neutral, as he will start to walk up and just, like, look around the plaza a bit at, like, kind of the buildings, the few citizens that are kind of cowering a bit, and then looking over Lee and her group, stopping for a moment to spot Aurora and Adam before returning to focus his gaze on Lee, Forrest, and Ryzen.
Whistles a little bit. Oh man, he's as scary as he sounded, huh?
Forrest will kind of pause for a moment, and you'll see him grin slightly. Yeah. It'd definitely be a tough one.
Man, I was thinking this island was boring. Yeah, besides the fun.
As he'll kind of look down at all of you. The Azura.
Lee gives a little, like, hand raise and nod. Hey, Admiral, pleasure to meet you. Looks like I can finish my, like, stamp collection on this now.
Okay, he'll kind of step up a bit, gesturing the Marines and Minerva to not, like, move from their position.
He smirks a little bit, but she still, like, noticeably, like, hops up once, kind of just, like, waiting to see if, like, oh, is he making a move or not? It's like, you know, she's, like, smiling and joking around, but she's obviously, like, you know, not taking this seriously. It's just, like, you know, smirking and trying to be confident in the face of this as she's feeling adrenaline pump at the situation being escalated.
As you see, Ryzen is getting ready to actually try and strike him. As Forrest will, using some small branches that he's like putting under the ground, kind of grab him by the ankle.
Come on, Aizen, chill. Besides, we didn't even draw straws yet if we're doing that.
He'll kind of look back towards you for a moment. I don't exactly know if I can relax.
You know what I meant. Don't take it so seriously. You'll scare the kids.
As he'll speak up. What are all of you doing here?
And he'll kind of look around a little bit, put her hands in her pockets and whistle. Well, she doesn't have pockets, our hips, and kind of whistle. Oh, you know, we were just, well, I was gonna climb the big hand tomorrow. Just looking over at it. Distance. Yeah, nothing too nefarious here, Admiral. Honestly, I'd want to know why you're here more than us. I mean, we have an excuse to go island to island. Guy like you doesn't go someplace without it being a big deal, right?
He'll kind of look over at the hand and just like generally kind of taking in the island a bit more. As you see him, like, he's obviously listening to what you're saying, but it seems like he's deeply thinking about the current situation a bit.
Yeah.
Evaluating what's laid out before him.
He'll tilt her head a little bit to the side and see Minerva and go, "Oh, hey, Miss Minerva, long time no see. Barely saw you there."
She'll kind of look towards Lee for a moment, and then look towards the Admiral, who will pause. Your entire crew isn't here.
Yeah.
Mishmash.
Yeah, sort of a vacation. You guys don't really have those, right? Once you get, like, up to the top.
And so, kind of look at you as he's getting ready to respond. He'll kind of look past you as
Wince a little bit.
Sophie will come up from behind you and kind of look towards him and salute him.
Lee this time will look a little more, like, pissed off as she sees her closer to the kids for a second and go to take a step over there. And when she realizes she's not, like, you know, closing in to do anything to them, she'll relax.
Admiral, I've completed the search. He hasn't seemed to have stepped foot on this island at any point.
E?
As Ashton will kind of look at her. Right. Then what is the situation on this island then? It seems like their mayor was killed.
Hey, you know, it's kind of rude. We're right here, guys.
A few days ago by a pirate named the Hangman.
You can see why I don't like her so much.
Yeah, it's kind of the general thing with a lot of Marines, Lee.
Yeah, I know. Who do you think you're talking to?
Sophie. Yes, Admiral? Take your group and relay a few of them to stay here and bolster the citizens. Keep them safe from pirates. And I want you to lead the rest of them after this hangman. Show the people here that we will take this matter seriously and deal with it accordingly. I want to see him captured within the week.
Oh.
Yes, Admiral, I understand.
Wow, really got under your guys' like britches that guy managed to survive a hanging, huh?
As I'll look towards Lee again.
He tries to match his stare indignantly, like it's a challenge every time he actually looks at her.
So, you weren't the ones who caused this?
Huh? No. He had some personal business with the mayor, from what I gathered.
And your relation to him?
Met him once, Lee shrugs.
Fine. It seems your vacation is at least justifiable for now.
He snorts. Oh, man.
Well, as Minerva will look towards the Admiral and like awaiting his orders. So he'll look around the group a bit more, evaluating what to do. So he'll like stare at Kasumi for a bit. As you'll feel her like feel like a bit more pressure. She'll sweat a bit as he's directly staring at her.
Lee will kind of step forward a little bit in his line of sight, and Lee's gonna kind of crack her neck a little bit as she gives that like eye twitch. Like I never know how to describe it really, but the Conqueror hockey stare where you go like brrr, with the fucking Luffy hard stare at a person as she's trying to divert his attention more towards her and to kind of throw the other guys around them off a bit.
He will stare. He will turn his attention to you when you do that. Obviously, as you'll see a lot of the Marines like circling you, stagger.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of them will back up a bit to avoid like actually passing out. And you'll feel Kasumi probably lighten up a bit as the pressure will be taken off her.
Wait, Admiral, if there's someone you want to be looking at here, it's me, right?
Oh, I wanted to mention you will probably be able to tell that Adam, Aurora, and Blair don't seem to be very phased at all.
Oh, good work, guys. We're kiddos. Blair, I'm expected, I'd hoped for, but damn, Adam, nice.
It doesn't seem like the Admiral's trying to intimidate them in any way.
Right, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yes, they're not resisting the hockey.
Yeah, okay.
As he'll turn his attention and look down at Lee.
Again, it's kind of offended. I mean, first you don't even show up here for us, and now you're death glaring Kasumi over me or someone?
No. I was merely taking in the fact that it seems you finally come into contact with your mother.
He blinks a little bit. Huh. Yeah, you guys do have pretty good intel.
As Minerva will look at him confused. Minerva will look at him confused.
Was I like the last one to figure this thing out? Lee says, scratching the back of her head.
You'll see him smirk a small bit.
No. Oh, what do you say, sir?
He'll say no.
Well, as long as it doesn't cause a problem for sis, I don't have to worry about too much. That's a relief, then.
Your sister is the reason I know.
Yeah, that figures.
I could feel Grace's I could feel Grace's blood running through her veins the first time I saw her. It was clear to me, even from being a young woman, who she came from.
No, Admiral, that sounds a little creepy.
It's hard to mistake the exact aura that woman gives you.
I'll just assume you're not checking out young girls, though.
He'll kind of pause and stare at you for a moment. You have a very similar feeling to her. That feeling of defiance. Of that unkillable feeling.
It's a big compliment to pirates, you know. You better be careful. You might get a big head.
Whatever I say to you won't stop that from happening. I think we both know that.
Well, I'm more of a reasonable guy than your reputation makes you sound, Admiral.
As Minerva will just still look at him for a moment. Her mother, as he'll look over at Minerva, is the immortal. As you'll see Minerva look like visibly surprised. And she'll like look at Lee to reevaluate her.
We'll have to finish up our duel some other time, Minerva.
What is the purpose for your vacation? Merely pleasure?
It was, but, well, a little excitement here or there doesn't hurt. Especially if you're bringing it here.
He'll look at his Marines, look at the townsfolk, and then look at Minerva, who has her hand on her sword. And then he'll look past you at, like, the kids behind you. and then look back at Lee.
He'll give him a severe stare. Like, every time he does that, you can tell it, like, gets under his skin. Like, she's like, you're egging me on every time you do that, as she's tapped her foot lightly a bit, as he did.
And you'll see him pause for a moment, before taking a single step forward, just to try and intimidate a bit more before he'll stop to look at you.
Lee would, as he does that, also take a step forward, kind of like trying to fight back against it, because she feels more comfortable getting closer to him than him getting closer to them. And, you know, this is like egging her on. Like, you know, Lee doesn't want to cause a mess that might hurt the kids, but, like, she does want to try and fight him, kind of. Like, she wants to, if it's gonna come to that, she's like, you know, I want to see how strong he is. I want to see how strong I am. So there's that tenseness in it where, you know, she's not desperate to, like, avoid a fight. She knows she shouldn't, but there's a part of her that's getting egged on more. But she won't go forward when he stops also. She'll stop on her 1 foot forward.
None of the Marines are stepping forward. They're waiting explicitly for the Admiral to do almost anything. It seems like they're highly trained, and they don't even need to be told, like, when to act. They know when they're supposed to stand still.
Right.
As it looks like he's standing upright, and after he stops, so he'll focus his attention purely on you, almost inviting you to see just how close you'll get.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Leah will start to take a few more steps forward.
As you step forward, you'll notice that every step, the Conqueror's Hockey kind of focuses more and more on you.
Yeah.
Making it more and more difficult to take each step forward consecutively.
Yeah, Lee's trying to push herself as much as she can, like focusing hers against his, like trying to push it forward away from her with her own, you know.
Oh yes, I mean you can certainly do that. It'll just take more and more focus on your part to step forward, but you definitely have the means to get as close to him as you wish.
Yeah, Lee wants to stand like right up, looking at him defiantly, with her arms crossed. Even as the steps take a bit slower, she's still not like trying to let it show at all.
As you see his black beady eyes is kind of staring down at you, evaluating.
With her red black eyes also staring up at his, unflinching. Well, Admiral?
I definitely understand why Bastion has never been able to raise a hand against you.
Here I thought guys like you would never really understand each other. But I guess I had a pretty close-minded view before. So is there gonna be a scene?
And so kind of like you see him just thinking, trying to audibly give or purposely give like a moment of silence to see what happens.
Leo fill the air a little bit as she's still staring, with a little cocksure grin that she's forced on as she's just riding high on this challenge of Will's. After all, it's my vacation, so I won't go looking for something like this. But, well, that's only my captain's orders keeping me back.
Your captain? From what I've heard, she would be one of the first ones to act in the situation.
Yeah. I guess in that case, we're lucky she's not here right now. Well, you are.
I will let you decide. I owe a great favor to your sister. So, I will let you and everyone with you sail away from this island with no interference. It's one time.
One-time offer, huh? Yeah. That is a pretty good deal. But, I mean, this is also kind of a one-time offer. Lee's gonna say, kind of laughing a little bit, like, nervously. before she's going to try and like spin forward and kick him in the stomach.
Okay. As you kick him in the stomach, he'll remain unmoving. As your foot will hit into him, you'll feel it almost just like it feels like you're just hitting a like straight wall, and you'll just bounce back a bit. Not really harmed or anything, but feel like you didn't make like a solid impact at all.
Lee will kind of, she'll have been, pushed back because she did like a jumping kick to his stomach and land. And kind of looking
Minerva
pissed
kind
off.
of flinch a bit, like grabbing her sword, as he'll remain unmoving, causing her to stop moving.
He'll kind of look a little pissed off.
I can assure you, Ashura, this will not be the first or last time. Sorry. Fuck, I almost said the name. This will not be the last time we cross paths. Not if you're intending to go all the way to the end.
Tap the foot that kicked him once a little bit, almost looking like she's pouting a bit.
But I'll give you this one chance to truly decide, if not for yourself, for some of the ones with you, whether this is their last moment.
Man, you must be real dead set on chasing that guy, huh? Or whoever you're actually looking.
It looks like he has no intention of giving you any information on that topic.
Lee will sigh as she'll finally break her eye contact with him to kind of give like a glance over his shoulder back towards Forrest. Sorry, Forrest. I don't think we're gonna have any fun here.
Well, that's probably for the best.
He'll throw her hand up as she'll be the one to allow her to admit that she'll turn around from Asteroid. As much as she knows this is, running away from the dick measuring contest, she takes like a long sigh and does it. The people who see her do it, not directly him, but everyone else could see that she's kind of doing that one cheek pout thing as she kind of kicks a pebble on the ground. Fine, we'll take your one-time offer.
As he'll kind of nod, and some of the Marines will start to go around to some of the houses to check on the situation in town more.
Besides, these people are already upset enough. I guess we don't need to destroy their square or whatever, kicking your ass. Lee grumbles to herself.
You and I both know how a clash would end on an island like this.
Yeah, it's one of the reasons I'm taking this, alright? I'm not that haphazard. Not when there's nothing in it. Besides a bit of, well, fun. Costs too much for people who don't deserve it.
As he'll look past you again at the kids, and then turn towards you for a moment.
He'll turn back to face him, kind of like, half. So she's turned halfways and looking straight at him.
You should take your situations into account completely before making decisions. Your sister knows how to do that.
Yeah. What, you think I'm asking for advice?
As he will nod a bit, being like, like thinking to himself, that was a waste of time.
You're pretty confident to try and arm the enemy with more tools, you know that, Admiral?
I suppose it's a bad habit.
Yeah, I'd say. Same with letting us go, but I'm not gonna correct my enemies for it.
That'll be my mistake to make up for then.
Irresponsible. Minerva, you got too much time on the clock? I mean, we could have a smaller fight.
You'll see her kind of like not exactly know how to respond.
Kinda got blue-balled last time.
You'll see her stop for a moment. You're truly her daughter.
Huh? Yeah.
Then this will not be the last time we have a chance to fight.
He raises an eyebrow at that reaction, seeming weird. Don't know what that would change about it, but whatever.
And she'll point her, she'll kind of like take her sheath out and point like the hilt of her katana at you. I hail from her third row, and I've forsaken that awful place.
Hey, don't call my mom's place crappy. Besides, that ain't got nothing to do with me yet.
And I can guarantee you, it never will.
Hey, you're starting to piss me off, Minerva. I thought we had a nice thing going last time.
As Ashnar will kind of look towards her, and she'll kind of resheath her sword and compose herself.
Really? Not you either. Damn it.
Gather yourselves up and leave this place. And tell Valerio he doesn't go unnoticed.
She'll kind of snort a little bit at a reaction and kind of scratch the back of her head, being like, oh, poor Lewin, but internally thinking it's kind of funny. Because... you heard him, everyone. I mean, like I said, no fun here. Come on.
As you will see, Ryzen and Kasumi will kind of go throughout the town to try and, like, inform everyone else. As you can make your way past the Admiral and the Marines to the ship.
Yeah. Please, like, walking over. She'll look back over his shoulder, back towards Minerva once and go, hey, Minerva, whatever you had to say, I don't really care about all that kind of stuff. I just want to finish our fight sometime. So don't get your panties in a twist about that sort of thing. If we meet on Kodai, maybe we could get into it. But from here and on, I just want a rematch sometime, alright?
She'll just kind of look towards you for a moment, not exactly knowing how to respond, given her station and all of her subordinates around.
Just take it easy a little bit and enjoy yourself about it. Don't get so serious. We will give her a little wave and smirk and then turn back to walk towards the ship, trying to impart her message on, I just honestly wanted to fight.
As you can head off towards the ship, you will see Ashnard will make his way deeper into the town. As they will disappear into the town as you get ready to haul cargo on your ship and set off. As you can notice once again that the kids don't seem to be... Like, they're confused and wary of the situation, but they don't seem to be exactly, like, worn out from the pressure.
Yeah. He's gonna sit on the ship once they're sat on and stuff's getting moved on. She's just gonna sit by one of the masts, kind of cross-legged with, like, her chin in her hand, pouting.
As Forrest will be hauling a box on the ship, will just put it down. No.
I wanted to fight him! He's gonna say childishly a little bit, relieving the lingering tension a little bit as she slams her hands on the boat more. Ah! What an asshole!
Maybe we'll run into him in a better spot for it.
Why'd they have to do it now? I mean, come on! It's a perfectly nice place. Couldn't it have been on, like, a jungle island or something? Some place where we didn't have to worry about stuff like that.
Yeah, you mean like where we found Bastion?
Right? It was perfect! Like that! Even then he had to go and be all serious about Nyla had to freak out and all of that. That had lingering bad air, too. Assholes! They always pick the bad times!
Hey, maybe we can swing by Marine Base sometime before we get back and
can we?
Work out the aggression. As you kind of looking for a second. Yeah.
Yeah! Lee throws up a hand. Won't find anyone half as strong as him there, but I don't know, maybe I could find a Vice Admiral. I need someone who's, like, hates you like Sophia does. Or hates me like Sophia hates you, you know?
I'm sure you could work your way out.
Right? God! Got rejected by Minerva too? He kind of goes back to sulking a little bit. Happened. Take me seriously or something. Bullshit.
Oh, I don't know if that's on her. Maybe that's on him more.
Yeah, well, still, didn't either. Not enough spin in it? Lisa's looking at her leg and kind of lifting it up like in a weird bendy motion.
As everyone else can make their way onto the boat, you can start to head off. As you will set sail from Grasp Island, put you in your position. As the boat starts to take off, you will see some of uh, sorry, I'm just getting the tokens from that. Alright, some people will be on deck that you'll notice. As like the boat's finally set set off.
Port, yeah.
As Lewin will teleport on board.
When he teleports on board, Lee stands up and jabs him. You!
Me?
Why couldn't you have, like, taken the kids? Or, like, taken me and him, like, somewhere else? Like, where we could have decked it out a little bit? Come on! You blue-balled me!
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I think this ended the best way it could.
No! I didn't even get to fight him! Or, not even Minerva. Ugh!
He'll pause for a second and put a hand on.
And she's groaning.
He'll pause for a second before putting a hand on his shoulder and cough a bit to try and like steady himself. You'd lose.
Not that fast. Besides, it's in the heat of battle when I get my best moments. I didn't get anything out of this. Gah! He kicks the mast of the ship a little bit. Not super hard, but enough to shake it.
As Mary will come up and just look at Lewin angrily. You couldn't have thought of anything better for an admiral showing up?
Come on!
You could have just left with everyone. Well, I figured he kind of already knew who was there, so that would be a bit more, suspicious.
Yeah, he knew who else was there, including you, dumbass.
Well, I knew he knew I was there.
Then why were you an idiot about it? Should have just teleported us into the sky and we could have fought while he was flying or whatever, and I was falling.
Okay, I'll kind of look at you like...
I can maintain air with my flames. Come on, get creative!
I thought you wanted to have a fun vacation.
Ah, that would be fun! Fighting Marines?
That definitely changed plans. I can tell you that. Won't be able to go, visit a couple of these dojos if we're, dealing with Impo down.
Dojos would always be there. Besides, you guys just teleport us away.
No pause for a second. Forgive me, alright?
Yeah, you owe it to me, though. Fine, I'll let it go. You've done enough for me, but... Damn fucking Asnard, stupid Minerva. Getting stuck up.
Asami will walk up towards, Forest, just a couple feet away from him. So... that was the dragon outside of Kodai. I've heard rumors of the Marines having a powerful force under their command. Yep. Well, you're kind of lucky in some respects being able to see someone as strong as an admiral so quickly.
Yeah.
A couple
Kinda.
guys like that on their side.
Baskin could take Ashnard on a good day, I bet. He's not that cool.
As Ringo will walk over, I heard one of the admirals is a swordsman. Is that him?
Yeah. He's a real cool guy. Somehow. Owe him a lot. It's kind of weird, yeah, but Bastion's pretty good. Most of his Marines, too. It's who my sister works for.
As Tristan will yell out, "Ah, man, I'm happy we didn't have to deal with that."
Yeah, I bet you are.
Wait,
We weren't anywhere close.
Wait, I wouldn't have to deal with that. I'm not a pirate.
Well, you are now, idiot. Bless you.
As Mary will, look back towards Lewin angrily again. Just think more before anything like that happens again. I'd prefer Lee's aerial fight over what happened. That was very close to exploding. Fine. I'll take your suggestions into consideration next time.
Yeah. I didn't think you'd be so worried about this sort of thing. I mean, aren't you used to dealing with these guys by now?
It's different.
Why
Okay?
now?
When I see them by myself, I'm a warlord. But I'm not exactly supposed to be palling around with you like this.
Yeah, but warlords have kind of done whatever they've wanted for years now, huh? What, are they gonna suddenly care now?
This is about keeping up appearances, right? Just for the time being.
Who cares about appearances? Look what just happened with Banker. Everyone knows it's bullshit by now.
I kind of scratched the back of your head. Maybe you're right. Well, not much use focusing on that right now, yeah? We're already out of the woods.
Not exactly where I'd like to be. I'd like to be. Lee's muttering to herself.
Come on, don't pout. You're setting a bad example for the kids.
You know, they shouldn't think running away is always the correct answer either.
I think you've already proved that one.
What they were looking for anyway. I mean, shit, it pisses me off that, I don't know. I figured we're big ticket enough to divert them off of something. I got a big bounty.
Mary will think. It must be... You are right. It must be really important if they would avoid, well, capturing someone like you.
Said they'd set a bit of guys after to go chase the hangman, but it definitely was like a secondary objective. Just something a couple of the grunts were gonna handle, just to make the people in town not seem so worried. They weren't even willing to divert one of the vice admirals to it, so I guess it's pretty serious. Not like we heard anyone blow in there. Guess they kind of went to the wrong place by the sounds of it.
Lewin will lean against a deck. Or they don't really, They're probably doing some kind of general search if they're just checking random islands. Probably don't have a great idea of where to look yet.
Yeah, you'd be the one who'd probably know the best.
Trust me, I'm not... I choose to not be so privy into every detail of the Marines.
I'd help if you knew a few more.
And so, he'll kind of sigh thinking like, oh yeah, no, bitch me when I do, bitch me when I don't.
It sounded like they were up to something. You're saying something about that, right, Mary?
Yes. There have been certain... I guess it struck me as odd, some of the behaviors of the Marines recently. But I can't say anything for certain.
Well, like what? I mean, most we've dealt with recently was Bastion and stuff, and we were kind of on a combined objective to deal with Banker there. Wayland and my sister didn't do anything.
A lot of the admirals and vice admirals seem to be a lot more active recently, leaving Marineford and well, doing. Well, I couldn't exactly say what, but it's odd for so many top-ranking Marines to be moving around at the same time.
What, you think his mom's starting to crack the whip or something? Lisa's nodding towards Lewin.
I guess who knows on that one.
Yeah, shame no one could know. That's kind of looking at his side, incredulously.
Either way, they're definitely putting some plans into motion. I guess it will be really up to our decision how involved we get in them. If we see some Marines after this, well, I think we'll have a pretty clear idea on how or how not to involve ourselves.
Oh, there's no way I'm letting the next ones just walk by like that.
She'll look at Lewin. Unlike him, I wouldn't stop you from doing anything.
Atta girl, Mary!
I don't hold any kindness for the Marines. So, if you feel it's appropriate to act, well, I'll just deal with whatever happens afterwards by whatever, well, rules they deem are fitting. If it ends with my title being revoked, then that's as far as it goes.
Brighten up and give her a hug, and then look towards Lewin. Yeah, see, that's how a cool warlord puts it, Lewin. Captain.
Hey, kid. As he'll just appear next to Adam. Said he had, a question for me? How about we go, I don't know, train?
Hiding behind kids.
As he will disappear.
Well, we'll clap our hands a little bit and look towards Asami. Think you got an idea on how things will operate here?
And she'll look over and spy her ship that also left port, headed by the two samurai, as they'll give a smile and wave as they're headed off in a different direction. Well, I've already directed them to head towards the island you've mentioned. And I think I'll allow you and everyone else to show me exactly what is the proper procedure on a pirate ship.
Perfect! You two will have a great time. Just don't assume what Colette tells you is honest all the time.
As they'll kind of look over at, the decking. It's a really cool ship. A lot different from the ones that we have back home.
Oh, yeah?
Forrest will kind of look at the deck with him as he bends down. I can tell you everything about it, and I built it myself. Oh, really? As Ringo will kind of smile at him.
Yeah, Forrest is amazing. Those guys in the Sailing Lions taught him a lot of shit.
Zasami will kind of look at the craftsmanship on the boat.
Wait till you see our actual boat. This shit was already pretty great. We'll see. She's picking up Aurora and going, "Hey, how you doing?"
Seems strong.
Yeah, that's stronger than the guys we ran into. But good job not being too scared. Lisa's kind of booping around the notes and tussling her hair.
He didn't seem scary.
Think? Well, guess I wouldn't call a guy like that scary. He's definitely a problem, though. He's got a stick up his ass. And I really would have liked to fight him, but it just wasn't the right time, I guess.
You see Asami off to the side talking to Ringo and Forrest about the craftsmanship on this ship and the ways to implement basically outsiding woodworking techniques and craftsmanship into Kodai, because they have very unique ways of building things.
Of course. Look over that conversation and smile, but not have the technological aspect to really understand anything they're saying, and just kind of nod slowly as she's listening idly.
Look at you. I'm sorry you didn't get to fight him.
Oh, it's okay, sweet. Thanks, though. We'll kind of say, looking a bit embarrassed, realizing she did just kind of throw a fit. guys like that, it's just hard to like miss the opportunity a lot of the time, you know? When I see someone tough, even if there's no real danger, I still want to like cause a mess, you know? See how good I am compared to them.
Oh,
Normally it's easier to justify because Ivy will get us in the mess later, and I can pretend that, you know, I've got to be the one who's keeping everything together and complain a bit about it and make sure she doesn't make a mess for everyone, yada yada, but, I
see
mean,
Aurora giggle a bit.
Leo'll smile at her. But I'm definitely as enthusiastic about this thing. I just never realized how hard it would be to be in her shoes. I mean, she's got a lot of, balls to just, like, do it every time. I've got to worry about all this sort of stuff. She doesn't second guess herself. Well, that's why she's the captain, you know?
Yeah. I guess that makes you more responsible than her.
You're damn right, Lee says, nodding. I'm definitely the responsible one. I've been looking after her since we met, you know.
Oh. That's not what she said.
What'd she say? Lee says incredulously.
As, Blair will kind of walk up. I'm glad that we didn't have to fight him there.
Yeah, I am too, he admits.
That man is incredibly strong. And we wouldn't have gotten out of there unscathed, I think.
Definitely not without Lewin's help, yeah. I wouldn't want something like that to come for no good reason. I don't make anyone the Admiral, after all.
And you're a pirate, so I don't think he's lying when he says that this won't be the last time you'll have a chance.
Hey, we're pirates, and you're right. It won't be. Just never too early for that sort of thing, you know? As long as I think I can get out of it, and everyone can, I wouldn't want to pass that opportunity.
See Blair smile a bit when you say she's a pirate.
Yeah. You're definitely right. Not the time or place, so we'll get our chance next time, alright?
You're right. It's about having fun. Leave all that icky marine stuff for a different time.
What, were you hired to make sure I wasn't pouting still?
Huh?
Whatever. Yeah, you're right. There's an
So,
Aunt Colette on this one, Roar.
Alright. Listen to me on everything, sweetie.
Not everything.
Okay, well, how about this, Mom? How about we go get something to eat and just play a game or something?
See, that, he smirks at that. Sounds like a really good idea.
As Colette will pick Aurora up with her disembodied hands just under her armpits. Come on, let's go get something to eat and whip out a fun game. She'll wink at you when she says whip out.
Blair will roll her eyes, but smirk. Come on, Blair.
As Blair will look nervous and follow behind you.
Don't worry, Lee says as she drapes an arm around her. It gets better each time, alright?
I just feel a bit uncomfortable around her.
No. That's not uncomfortable, Blair. That's nervous. Excitement. Butterflies in the stomach, like you're about to jump off a high cliff, but you know you'll be able to glide down with a hang glider. Just gotta take the plunge.
Colette's head will appear floating behind Blair. It happens to everyone, sweetie.
It's true. Happened to me, too.
Blair will jump a bit and look like she almost fainted.
Lee will catch her. No. It's true. Happened to me, too.
Onward. She'll smile and float her head forward.
Scary would say, tally ho!
As you can hear Aurora giggling a bit in the distance from the headless body carrying her.
Awesome. I love Auntie Cole.
As you can head below deck for some fun drinking games to work off the stress.
Hell yeah.
We're now in Wibbly sailing space.
Cool.
Unless you have something you want to immediately do, like upon leaving that island.
No, I
Didn't think so.
Okay.
What?
Wow.
I just thought you would have like said that in the scene we just had.
Yeah, I bet.
Fuck. Yeah, well, I'll watch my words.
Yeah, I'm incredibly fragile.
Jesus, what am I talking to, Blake?
Like those kind of jokes here.
Respect yourself more, man. Jesus.
Yeah, you should.
So, I will show a scene on the boat.
Nice. Please.
Blair will be kind of watching the waves early in the morning, kind of just staring off, thinking to herself. As someone will walk up behind her and kind of look at the water next to her and stop for a second. It's a nice morning, isn't it? As Blair will kind of pause for a moment and look at her, trying to evaluate for herself how to properly respond. Yeah, it's nice. Asami will smile a bit and offer a Kodai rice bun to Blair. And just like give her a smile as Blair hesitates to grab it before Blair will grab it and kind of like look at it a bit. As Asami will take a bite of her rice bun or meat bun. Sorry, they're meat buns. As Blair will start to nibble hers a bit. As Asami will take a deep breath of like the salty sea air. I really am looking forward to this trip. Being able to see so many wondrous places and things. I've barely set foot outside of my home, and I've already met so many new people that give me such excitement for the future. Blair will pause and nibble her rice bun a bit before looking down at the water. It can be fun. Being with everyone. I think you'll like it here. Asami will smile. So do I. I'm Asami Curran. Blair Ball. It's nice to meet you, Blair. Sorry. It's nice to meet you, Blair. She'll take another bite of her meat bun. And kind of look at the water a bit. You know, I actually own a stand that makes some of the best meat buns in Kodai. So if you like that one, I can treat you to more of them in the future. Oh, it's really good. As Blair will take a bigger bite of it. As Asami will smile, we can fade out on them talking about some more mundane stuff.
You like these big bows? I can get you more, madam. Oh, yeah.
Okay. And next, I will show a scene that Lee will actually see.
Excellent.
You will come upon. In fact, it is Lewin giving Adam advice.
Excellent.
You can choose, like with some scenes, you can choose when to involve yourself if you wish to.
Got it.
I'll leave that up to you to interrupt at your own will.
Got it.
Put you over there.
Up on one of the massive
I'm over
bows.
here.
She's up here on one of the mast things, going sideways with the flag, just kind of resting. Maybe she was taking a nap and she's just looking down at them from there.
Owen is giving the kids a lesson. As Lewin's kind of leaning against the mast. All right, kid. So you have a question for me? Shoot. As Adam will look like he's thinking. All right, I got it. As Chaz will kind of look at him more confidently. How are you so strong? Also, are you stronger than Lee? 1, lot of training. 2, yes.
No, Lee shouts down.
As he'll try to ignore Lee before looking before continuing.
The Peanuts gallery, yeah. He'll just smirk.
Takes a lot of training and harsh battles to hone yourself to the degree that some of us have. As he kind of nods towards Ryzen, and obviously he's also insinuating that he's talking about Lee.
Yeah.
So, an experience coming out with us like this will definitely help you. Even seeing guys like the ones we just saw, well, it gives you something to shoot for, you know? If you see someone that's strong, it kind of gives you a barometer in a way. But... Advice. Where to start? As he'll kind of snap his fingers. Why don't I start with something that I view as one of my most practiced and important traits when I fight. Like your punching ability? As Logan will snort a bit. No. Not my punching ability. As Ryzen will look towards him. It's your vision, right? Sort of. So kind of as a bunch of small portals will appear around all of them. As he'll make the ones on his eyes a bit more visible. When I'm in a fight, I usually keep a full 360 view of my opponent at all times. Take in every aspect of what's going on surroundings of me and my opponent. Doesn't that make you sick? As Chaz looks at him confused. That's where the training comes in. Trust me, I wasn't able to maintain this kind of control of it right when I started. But I've spent years building that up. Kind of like you with your kicks, you know? How you spent all that time just standing there on that rock. As Chaz will look flustered for a moment. I don't know what you're talking about. Kid, it's just me, you, Lee, who you told it to. Him? Did you go through the same training? No. What rock? Lewin just laughed to himself for a moment. Right, ignoring that.
He'll just shake.
The reason I keep these portals everywhere isn't just because I like, knowing what's going on. It's for a specific purpose. Ryzen will kind of look at him. Not just to have a accurate view of the battle. No. I like to take in the habits of my opponents. If anything, I'd say it's my greatest strength. Being able to read who I'm fighting quickly and take in exactly what they're doing. As Chaz will look at him a bit confused and kind of raise an eyebrow. I thought master martial artists weren't supposed to have habits. As Lewin will laugh to himself a bit. Everyone has habits. You'll just find that masters are a bit better at hiding it. But take it from me, kid. If you push someone hard enough, those kind of things will start to show. You just have to know how to look for them. The way someone's muscles move, they contract, release, the way they breathe, even something as easy as what foot they like to back up on. After a while, you'll know how to suss those things out. It just might take a bit of time. I mean, that sounds pretty useful. As Chaz will kind of look at him, and Adam will look like he's thinking.
Raise an eyebrow, surprised that Chaz got it.
As Lumen will kind of look towards Adam, waiting for him to finish thinking. But being able to read an opponent, well, it only really matters, right, if you can make use of that information. As Lynn will snap his fingers.
Him and pat him on the head. Yeah, see, this kid gets it right away.
Exactly. Even if you can get a full, accurate view of everything your opponent wants to do, well, if they still manage to land the punch on you, you're still going to get knocked out. It doesn't matter how much information you got. You got to be able to back it up. So, well, as he kind of, like, clenches his fist a bit, that's where all the other training comes into. I've kind of honed the act of reading my opponents into entire martial art in and of itself. Being able to notice even the smallest details in my opponents, from, well, the way they move, to the way they like to move, to, well, everything about what they do. Even before the battle starts, I'm evaluating how everyone I see kind of functions. It gives me enough information to make my talent useful, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Shaz kind of like rubs his chin a bit. Yeah, I get it. Yeah?
They will nod. Not believing him, but glad he's confident. Oh, that's
Rising's kind of thinking. That's the exact opposite of the way I fought.
Oh, damn right it is.
I've barely even given my opponents a second thought.
Mm-hmm. You basically honed the other side of it. Just understanding that you need to overpower people. But, same way. Doesn't work if you can't process the information and they can handle you. Both gotta complement each other. The other will rear up when you don't want it to.
Yep. I mean, no matter what, it all comes down to having the strength to back up what you're doing. You can charge at them like a mad bull, but, well, if the wall's too sturdy, as he looks at Lee, it won't really do anything. And you can be like me and read every one of your opponent's moves, but, well, you'll see him kind of look a bit forlorn as he's thinking back. Sometimes it's all for naught.
Yeah. Smirks.
So, well, in the end, it's about just processing every tool you got in the kit and making the best of it, you know? And hey, never be afraid to incorporate new things. Just do what feels natural, alright? As he kind of looks towards Adam when he says that, and looks back towards Chaz, and study a lot.
Yeah, that part helps a lot. I mean, your body's gonna know before your head does most of the time. It's your job to make sure the two of them are talking.
As Ryzen's thinking, Lee, do you mind if we fight right now?
Sure.
As he kind of takes off his jacket and puts Gungnir on, and like just puts Gungnir down.
He'll nod at that. Takes a few steps to the side.
You're someone I've fought with multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
So if I have an advantage in being able to read your habits over most other people.
Definitely.
I want to see if I can put that into practice immediately. At least find out where I start.
Best way to figure it, yeah.
Alright, kids, step back a bit, but this might be a good learning experience. The two of them are quite tough customers, so seeing how someone who's well versed in it, as he looks towards Lee, and then someone just trying to figure it out, well, butt heads. It can be pretty useful for knowing where you stand.
Plus, I don't want you guys to get the wrong idea about devil fruits. As crazy as some of them can be, well, doesn't mean you have an advantage either way. Anyone with just our two fruits generally think Ryzen's has the upper hand in this sort of situation, I'd say. Logia has always been able to outwit people if they're clever enough, but... Once again, comes down to practice. Not like Ryzen gets off scot-free. To do anything right with his devil fruit, he's still gotta devote time to it. Same with me.
Oh, and, well, building on that, Ryzen's a good example of why devil fruits can actually hinder you in some regard. They can make your habits even more obvious in the way you're using your, well, explosive, unique devil fruit ability. I mean,
Hey,
someone that relies on it so much can be really easy to figure out.
Hey, at least wait till we're after done with the demonstration. I want him at full confidence for this.
No, as Ryzen will look at you with a bit of a smile. It's fine.
Little smirk at him and nod. Alright then, alright.
As you can start sparring with Ryzen.
Nice.
I think that's a good place to end that scene.
I think so too. It's teaching him shit. It's great.
Alright. Anything you want to do on boat time?
Let's see. He's relaxing. You know, she's doing a bit of training. She's using the excuse to have the kids and, you know, who are all focused on training and everything as the opportunity for her to get some just exposure training and just practicing her own things while teaching and trying to glean stuff from them. She's still working with Aurora on medical stuff. She's relaxing. Yeah.
Don't worry, Aunt Colette can help with that.
Exactly! Thank you, Aunt Colette. I had a funny scene, I don't know if it'd be long enough or enough, but I wanted Lee to ask Colette to help her try and bait Tristan into doing things so she can observe his martial arts more.
Okay, so what did you need my help with?
Okay, so he's an idiot, but he's definitely mastered a unique style. I don't think I can get everything out of it necessarily, but I need more demonstrations of his techniques in a good place where I can see them, you know, jog them in my memory. And he's like, well, hate to be mean, because this is a kind of mean thing to say, but he's really, open to girls.
Oh.
He basically trained his whole life with his grandpa, right? So it was like kind of mean. But
well,
like
he
turbo.
was staring at Jean's ass a lot.
Yeah, he really likes Jean. But I tried to ask her if she'd like lead him on for a while, and she said like no for a while. I need to like see everything he can do.
Yeah, I don't know. She doesn't seem like she's proficient at that, you know? There's like an art to it. I think she just likes the attention.
Yeah, and she certainly won't have as much fun as you can, because, well, he's definitely stupid.
Okay, but this is like for a purpose. This isn't just for my personal enjoyment. I can, trust me, I can enjoy myself no matter what. But
I know.
You want me to purposely find a way to get him to show you some of his martial arts?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want me to do that right now?
Yeah, if you could.
Okay, come with me.
Alright.
Come on.
He's like, nods like, alright, I figured you'd get away.
You see Tristan just talking with Rex. So you're like a fish man, yeah?
Oh, jeez. He just mutters to herself.
Yeah,
kind of being embarrassed remembering her first exposure to them.
I'm Rex Delta, a member of the New Dawn Pirates. Huh. It's kind of weird, right, for you to like be on land? as Rex will laugh a bit.
To herself.
Thankfully, being such an even person, that is extremely hard for him to be angry at this.
Yeah. The New World. I mean, come on, I at least had the excuse of growing up in the South Blue.
Hey, Rex. Do you mind if I borrow Tristan for a second? Oh, no issue. Rex will walk over towards Lee.
Thanks.
How's your day been?
Oh, pretty good so far. Man, I've gotten a lot more naps in than I thought. I keep trying to, like, meditate, but I guess the vacation thing's really taking hard.
This will be over to the side of it. She's trying to say this without anyone else hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. Hi. You're pretty tough. Yeah.
God damn.
What's your name? Colette? I'm Christian. I know. You've heard of me. From some people. I've heard you're an extremely unique guy. Yeah, I'm one of a kind. And she'll, like, think for a moment, then detach her hand and, like, run her finger under his chin. Now, if you do me a favor and show Lee some of your martial arts and be real specific, well, and she'll, like, move her finger up to his lips. I'll make sure to be real specific in how I spend my time with you. As, like, his like, glasses will fog up in front of his eyes.
Dude,
as she'll
die.
As she'll bring back her hand and just pat him on the back. I'll see you later. As you see her just walk off.
Whistles a bit as she was, like, talking to Rex. She works fast.
Alright, so you want, like, a martial arts demonstration, right?
Lee contains her disgust for how easy this was and nods. Yes, if you don't mind. Now would be a great time.
Oh, I'd also like to watch this.
Yeah. Details though, says as she steps back to give him some space.
Alright, you'll kind of, like, think for a moment. What do you want to know?
Well, general movement and body techniques are something I'm interested in. I know I'm not going to be able to incorporate a lot of the style's inbuilt sort of functionality and how your body naturally reacts. That comes from training and, well, familiarization, muscle memory, and things like that. Years of it, but movement techniques, footwork, things like that I could definitely use some incorporation on.
Footwork, movement techniques. Alright, well, I showed you my most secret technique.
Oh yeah, I got that one in the bank. But fundamentals. I mean, who cares if you know how to throw, like, a dragon punch if you don't know how to do a jab, right?
Right. Alright, so I guess it's best to lay out how the ghost style kind of starts. Which is, for the first couple years, half the day is spent doing basic training exercises, you know, like push-ups, sit-ups, runs, like, just purely honing your body. Things anyone does when they, you know, do martial arts. I don't think I need to show you guys that.
Yeah, we're all set there.
And then the next half of the day is unlocking your observation hockey.
So it plays a pretty big role in things then, yeah?
I basically always have it going.
Always? Like blanks.
It's just kind of, you know, that feeling you get by just having observation hockey?
Yeah, I just... Oh.
It's like honing that to in a really high degree.
He nods a little bit.
I can always kind of... There's like... Look up there, as he points up.
He looks up.
There's 8 birds behind that cloud flying in a pure triangle formation.
He'll focus and notice and nod. But you didn't need to think to do that. Now, how big's your sphere?
Up to that cloud? About, maybe a little more.
We'll nod as she's imagining the area. Fish in the water stuff too?
Yeah, pretty much. But I kind of tune the useless stuff out.
That seems like the first thing you need to learn after you start stretching it.
Yeah, the first thing you have to sense is your master trying to beat the shit out of you from every shadow.
Right, right. Me thinking a little bit. I get mad if I had someone to do that for me.
I could help you.
That would be great, Rex. I gotta get this down.
I also wish to help in this training, so could you do the same for me?
Yeah, sure, we'll do it for each other.
She kind of looks at me like being like, okay, these fucking crazy motherfuckers. I don't know how specific this is, but you seem pretty light on your feet, right?
Oh, yeah. Mom showed me an old Baki family tradition technique thing, weightlessness and all of that. So that's why I'm super interested in the footwork of the ghost style. I think now I'm especially good candidate for being able to incorporate some of it.
Well, your family sounds pretty important. They know something that cool.
Yeah, apparently they are. They're the good side of the family, that's for sure.
Ah, yeah, shitty family. I know something about that.
We're kindred souls, Tristan.
Yeah. But I guess an important aspect of the ghost style is being able to move without expanding energy. Saving it for when you need it, you know? Like, you're like a leaf blowing in the wind in a way. You know, when I dodged your attacks, like, every single time without fail, it didn't take... Not only did I not have to think about it, but, like, I didn't even have to really feel it.
Tries not to seem annoyed while she's trying to absorb this information. Right. So it's pure elimination of useless movements and things, including needing to react.
Or even thought. It just... That's why, you know...
Oh!
I can, like, say this, but
thoughtlessness! Lee snaps her fingers.
Sure.
I get that!
It's purely making something second nature, you know? And I guess in the body movements, I'd say it's being so attuned with your own body that you can kind of effortlessly make the most optimal non-energy expanding movement.
Shit, I should have guessed that. That makes so much sense. No wonder you're a good student. You're a great candidate for that sort of thing.
Yeah, I guess I am. As much as I don't want to be, I just have so much talent.
You do. Much as I say it when you look like that, she says, looking at his proud face. So if it's just thoughtlessness, all the time I've spent working on my medical stuff and my Zoan, I know my body inside and out, so I just need to incorporate it into the body's movement and my thought pattern.
Let's see. Oh, one of the important tenets of the ghost style is energy conservation, you know? You make sure you're wasting as little as possible. Right. To make sure when you...
Need it for your flashier techniques. The ones that let you disappear.
Yeah, like the possum dance, you know? It's making sure when I need it, I have it.
Right. Conservation. Doesn't go against the overcome necessarily, but it's not easy to marry the two. What he's saying is she's like tapping her forehead a few times thinking about this.
I guess I also have like I know like a couple ways to immobilize people, like attacking like specific parts of the body.
Oh, really? Let me see a couple of those.
The ghost style used to be used primarily for assassination.
Ah, that makes sense. I know pressure points and stuff like that pretty well, so if it's something close to that, I'd be happy to learn a few spots I'm not aware of.
Yeah, I guess I can show you a couple things.
Thanks, Tristan.
Alright. He'll walk up past you towards the Rex to start demonstrating.
Perfect. Sit yourself down, and your eyes will be trained like a fucking hawk on this.
Rex will kind of raise one of his antennae a bit. Are you bad with women? What? No?
No, he's great with them, Rex. Real charmer. I can feel myself falling for him already.
You just seem adverse to sparring directly with Lee. I just thought you might be better for it.
Oh, Tristan, you're not nervous about...
No?
Oh, no, I get it. Rex, I don't want him to do that on me, because he might not be comfortable using all the techniques, because he doesn't know how to touch a girl yet.
Oh, alright. That's not... Alright, let's just get started.
Don't worry, Colette will warm you up to it, I bet, if you do a good job.
As he will show you a couple of things. He'll show you... You'll be aware of, basically... A lot of this will be easy to understand if stuff you already know, because, you know, it deals with attacking specific parts of the human body. You're kind of familiar with that in both aspects of what you do.
Oh, yeah.
He'll show you a strong technique of the ghost style is a variation of the heart jab.
Nice.
Where he'll be able to, painfully in Lee's memory, like, show exactly how to quickly get under someone's ribcage.
Perfect.
And basically things like that. Like, he'll show you, basically, one of the stronger movement styles in the ghost style is using your ability to dodge attacks in an offensive manner as you close distance. So and basically, you stay as close to the opponent as possible, swaying away from attacks, making it extremely hard to see if you're even going to attack or do anything besides dodge.
Yeah.
Until you find the perfect moment to strike a specific point and basically try and end the fight right there.
Yeah. The counter stuff. I get it.
Yeah, it's like
opportunity. It's fishing for opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you're relying on your ability to just dance around attacks until finding the perfect moment.
Lee continues her unnerving stare of information download. As you can see her in like an intense, like almost like meditation, like glaze as she's watching this, putting it all in.
You do notice a small portal.
Puzzle. What'd you say?
A small portal above you. About the size of someone's eye.
Fast. Get the fucking Lee putting puzzle pieces together in her head as she's fitting this in places. Nice.
Alright. And that can be the end of that demonstration scene if you wish.
Yeah, it's a perfect place to fade out. As Lee's growing in power.
Who knows if Tristan ever gets his reward?
Who knows? That was enough of a reward. So Lee's adding old practicing this bullshit to one of her plates that she's spending time doing. Thinking on this self-meditation and exercises, doing the fun, like, ghost tags gotcha game with Rex. It's basically permanent punch buggy they're doing.
I'm combining all of them. I'm standing in one place, not expanding energy.
It's perfect technique. As she's just taking a nap on the fucking...
I don't know if this is as effective if you just try and train all of them at the same time.
Lee learns how to sleep standing up by doing this. Sleeping possum.
Okay, so it will be night on the deck of the ship as, you know, a group of you are just hanging out, probably just eating something outside, kind of taking in the stars and a nice night. As you've been sailing for a little while, Forrest is going to kind of look over towards Lewin, who's just relaxing, kind of chatting with Lulu. Hey, where are we headed, by the way?
We'll sit up. Try not to disturb Aurora too much. Oh, yeah, shit, I forgot to ask.
Alright, well, I guess we are on our way there, so it's okay to say. I will... right, no, sorry, I remember. We're headed towards the Acorn Kingdom.
Acorn Kingdom. We'll scratch your chin. Heard
Uh,
of it before?
uh, do you want to give me? You've heard it before. It has a prominent dojo on it.
Sick.
So Lee, you have studied martial arts in the sense of like you've been like, oh, what's
Yes.
cool shit's around. You know, somewhere on the Acorn Kingdom is, it's an old dojo, that you heard wasn't being used very much, but a while back, about 15 years ago, the Bloody Core, Guy Hughes, went back to like the old dojo of the steel core style, and basically re-got it going. And you know that the steel core style is a very famous martial art for being for harnessing an extremely strong body, and strong physique, as well as like primarily focusing on physical power. And the Bloody Core, Guy Hughes. Sorry, I'm just checking that I'm getting that name right. Sorry, Man Hughes.
Man Hughes? Oh, fuck.
The Bloody Core Man Hughes is very famous because 15 years ago he stopped. But before that, for almost his entire life, you'd think he's probably somewhere in like his like 60-ish, like he's probably like low 60s. But before that, for most of his entire life, he'd travel around crushing dojos and just completely annihilating other martial artists and really anyone strong who'd pick a fight with. He was a very brutal fighter.
Shit kicker.
Yeah. Like more than most you've like read about. Like he would have no regards for like his opponent and just like try to beat the shit out of them. But he has not done that in the last 15 years, and as common knowledge, he's settled down in the Acorn Kingdom to reignite the dojo of the steel core style.
Wow, really want to go kick the hornet's nest with this one. Good pick.
That'd be fun. I mean, hey, I robbed you of the Admiral fight, so hey, this might get some enjoyment.
Thank you. I think it will.
Ooh, as the Yang will look over. Mary, they have like a big city there in the Acorn Kingdom. That could be enjoyable.
Yeah, I haven't heard too much about the island besides the old dojo. City, huh? That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, so from what I know, one side is a big city, kind of where the hub of things are in the Acorn Kingdom. Got like, most of the important folk to the kingdom there. And then I think the dojo lies up in the mountains by like a small village. At least I haven't been there, but that's what I remember hearing about. So we'd probably dock at the city, see what there is to see, and then trek our way through the island to the mountains.
Corn fruit pop. He mutters to herself and maybe Aurora.
We're all kind of look at you like trying to take in your wisdom.
Oh, Lee of the Pools, what is your wisdom? You'll tussle her hair. Sounds like it'll be a fun place to relax and get up to trouble then. Cool.
Oh yeah, should be quite enjoyable.
Good pick, Lou.
There isn't much known about the Seal Core Dojo. The style's pretty public.
Yeah, but I mean, they haven't really made any noise since, yeah. I mean, do we even know how many people actually there at this point?
Nope. He'll kind of lean back. I mean, I thought that's kind of why it'd be a good place to check out, There's so little known about it for such a blatantly public guy in his past.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, probably faces out a lot of people imagining to be training under Bloody Core himself. I mean, with how he treats people, you'd imagine his students probably get it pretty hard, but That means whoever's there is gonna be, you know, a bit of a tough nut to crack.
Lewin and Lulu will laugh a bit as some of the others will chuckle. Either way, I thought it'd be a fun mystery. Probably take in some nice sights and figure out once and for all why the Bloody Core decided to stop, rampaging around.
Nice, I can't wait. Hope he hasn't lost his edge in his old age.
Oh yeah, I mean that'd be interesting to see. Usually
Right.
martial artists kind of, retire to hone their craft, so with luck, he might be even stronger than he was.
Yeah, Lisa's kind of licking her lips for a second. Here's hoping.
So, you can enjoy the rest of your night with the group.
Hell yeah.
Alright. Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Alright, so we can sail off towards the Acorn Kingdom.
Hip hip hooray.
And the end of the session.
Hip hip no! Rose! I like this.
Bit of a short one.
Yeah, bit of a short. Oh well, it was packed. That's why it was so short, because it was crumbling under how heavy and dense and cool it was. There you go. I had a good time.
Thank you. I had a good time too.
Good. It's good. Any final thoughts on the episode, Blake?
No, I don't think so. It's pretty short. Pretty
It speaks
concise.
for itself.
It's pretty short, pretty concise.
Dude. The last one, we finished our bingo card.
Yeah.
It's cool. Showed up.
I'm sure they will play an important role in the future.
Yeah.
I
Shit, dude, you're telling me.
They need your confirmation on that one.
Okay, bro. Sorry.
Gee,
Here, you
fucking
can have the
Jesus
microphone.
All day with this. But yeah, no. Shorter session to ease this into next time. Where I have some exciting things planned.
Sure, man. Yeah, I feel you. All right, everyone. Well, if you like that, why don't you leave a comment, leave a like? We'd really appreciate it. Hell, leave a dislike. We still see it. Man, that'll date this fucking video. And hit that subscribe button, because we got more content down the line. You know, we gotta get more subscribers. We gotta keep the train going. We gotta get YouTube famous. Always hustling. Subscribe, haha. That YouTube grind set. And if you like it, we got more content on the channel. You might be caught up on One Piece right now on the New Dawn Pirates Adventures, but I would bet you still got at least some of the podcast, maybe Team Supernova to go watch, the RWBY themed D&D adventure run by myself, or our podcast, like I said, Supernova Safari, where we get into all kinds of weird topics, varying from little book club style, listening to other games that are really, really bad and commenting on each week about them, maybe going on some forums and doing Forum RP and laughing about some shitty Forum RP. It's our general podcast for kind of like, doing a little mystery science theater, laugh at our weird RP on the internet thing we find. So if you like that, check that shit out also. And, thanks for watching. We're trying to put these out at a regular pace. Thank you for being patient. I'm sure by now we have set back to a better one. So thank you. We're in the good times now. And thank you, Blake, for running the game. A lot of fun. That. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
See you next time.
Au revoir.
「疲れ果てた時の中でも変わらないもの探す」 りにできるだけこのままで大人に見上げた果てしないこの大空に永遠に永遠に幼き頃の夢物語忘られし記憶の糸たどり未だ胸を焦がす残り火を消してしまわないように乱れた晴れ渡るこの空に仲間と